is up on this Wackagwanny Wednesday? Hope all you ninjas are having a wonderful Wackagranny Wednesday, man. It's beautiful here, 80 degrees, not too hot, just perfect weather, man. Yesterday was really good. Yesterday, if the weather like yesterday was all year long, oh man, it'd be heaven, ninjas. Anyway, just pulled up at my little duplexes right here. This is a real easy property. I actually enjoy mowing this property. Before I get started, I'm not gonna record here, I never do. I think I did once the first time. Let's talk about the proper way to mow a yard. Why did I say it like in steps? So I hear this all the time. There's a proper way as a professional, the certain way, what needs to come first, then this, then, shut your mouth. It doesn't really matter how you do it as long as it works for you and as long as the property looks good by the time you leave. So what I hear a lot about, I read this all over social media. Okay, not on this platform, not even on Instagram, other platforms. The professionals will tell you is to trim first, then blow off all your little trimming clippings into the field, and then you do the mowing, and then you do the blowing again. On this last yard that I just did, I actually tried it, okay? I wanted to see, because that is not how I do it, okay? I wanted to see how it feels, right? If it's easier, if it made sense, yada, 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 yada. And let me tell you, ninjas, I hate it. I can't do it. I hate it. No way in heck could I trim first, then blow off, or let's just say, let's skip the blowing off after trimming. Let's say trim first, then mowing, and then blowing off, you know, finalizing. I can't do it. I can't do it. And here's why. First of all, when you first pass with a mower and you get done with your mowing, you have created for yourself what I call easy to see what needs to be trimmed. It stands out, right? Because majority of your yard is mowed, and those areas where the mower couldn't reach, whether it be a tight little corner or, you know, an obstacle, right? Middle of the yard, you have a post or something. Ah, there it is. I'm gonna go trim, okay? But when you're trimming first, you are more likely to miss things. And then when you start mowing, you're gonna see those things that you missed, because you'll find out, oh crap, my mower can't reach that, and there's a spot that it didn't get trimmed. And that requires you to finish the yard up and then go back to the truck, get the trimmer, and go back. You see what I'm going with this? It's timing, ninjas. It's timing. I can't do it. Now look, your professionals will say, the proper way to mow a professional manicured yard is to trim first, then mow, and then blow off, because that way when you trim first, all your clippings are gonna get mulched with your mower deck when you're mowing. Well, there is some sense to that. I get it. I say that's really helpful when you're dealing with an overgrown yard, because when you're dealing with an overgrown yard, you're gonna go ahead and trim all those areas, and they're gonna be long pieces of grass, right? Unless you're there with a weed eater just cutting up that son of a gun. Who's gonna do that? Then you're taking the risk of burning the grass. But anyway, so I think that makes sense. But here's my problem even with that. My problem is, if you're dealing with an overgrown yard, I don't want to be in there with a trimmer first. And I've said this before, many, many ninja moons away. I don't want to be in tall grass without my mower. Yeah, a trimmer can be used as a weapon, no doubt. If I come across a snake or something like that, but come on, ninjas, I might be walking right by the snake and my trimmer is not gonna get it. And the next thing you know, whoopsa! You get a little bite on your ankle or your leg or your knee. Who knows? I don't wanna do that. I'm gonna make my passes, do my little mowing. That way, if there's any animals in it, and we're talking about an overgrown yard, if there's any animals in there, I'm gonna either A, run them over, slice, or I'm gonna scare them. Most likely, I'm gonna scare them. As I start to make my first pass, animals tend to run away from noise and vibration and things. So I am always gonna do that. And then I'll go trim. And if it is an overgrown yard, if it is really that bad, then I will trim. And then when I trim, I'll make another pass or two with my mower to blend everything in. And you're probably wondering to yourself at this point, Banic, don't give me that, Banic. You're not saving any time there. You're still having to run over with a mower. Yeah, but I'm talking an overgrown yard. At that point, I'm already charging extra for an overgrown yard. I'm making my time worth it right there, right? I mean, I'm making more money on this. This is an overgrown property. So that makes sense, okay, to me. But when you're dealing with a weekly account, even in a bi-weekly, honestly, I mean, how tall does a bi-weekly get unless we have rain from Monday through Friday? Even then, I mean, I don't know. But how tall does it really get for your trimming, weed eating that you do after you mow, that it's gonna be that noticeable? I don't have a problem. My yards are not that noticeable. And we all blow off the property at the end. So if it is a certain spot that maybe just maybe a little noticeable, I blow it off with the blower anyway. Boo-hoo. Anyway, I'm just being a little funny because some of these people are so like, this is the proper way to do it. As a professional, this is the right way to do it. I say there is no right or wrong way to do it. You do it, ninjas, however works for you. Okay? I mean, I've been doing this now 12 years and I've never had anybody complain to me and say, hey, you know, you trimmed after you mowed and all your clippings are out here now and they're not blending in with my yard. I've never had anybody say that. Anyway, I wanted to share that with you because I just found it very comical how some people just, there's a right way and then there's a wrong way. And if you don't do it this way, you're not a lawn care professional. You don't know what you're talking about. You know, I wouldn't let you mow my yard. Dude, really? Now that a lot of you ninjas know, I have been going solo for, gosh, going on what, 3 months now or something like that? I don't know. But you know, I've been playing catch up a little bit here and there at times during the rain. And, you know, I'm used to going solo in the beginning of my year, my ninja years, right? When I started my business. And then I got really used to always just having some employees. And, you know, I have been getting accounts these last 12 years left and right. I mean, I've lost accounts, I gained accounts, I've lost accounts. I mean, that's just part of business. I mean, you're gonna go through that. I mean, I have yards that I still mow from day one. Kind of, for example, like just an example, right? Here's just an example. What? Just an example. Like George. R.I.P. my buddy George. All right, but you guys remember that house, okay? He's my very first client ever. And I still mow that yard. So I still have accounts like that, okay? And then I have accounts that I have even forgotten about until I look at my list like 5, 6, 7, 8 years back. And by the way, I do keep all my lists. I do keep all my names and numbers and addresses from customers 10 years ago. Don't ask me why, but I do. Just for, I don't know, giggles, I guess. You know, but and I've been looking through some of them, and I'd be like, oh my gosh, I forgot all about that yard. I used to do that yard. Or sometimes I would just drive by the neighborhood and I'd be like, oh yeah, I remember I used to have a house over there. So, you know, you'll gain accounts and lose accounts. That's just part of it. But where was I going with this? I had yards where I was like, man, I really need some help. And that's when I started hiring. And then I've had yards where, you know, I really don't need any help. Now I have yards where I could use some help. And then I have yards that I really just don't need any help. The fact of the matter is I'm able to keep up with everything. Barely, right? If one good rain comes in, then I'm gonna be playing catch up. But I'm able to keep up with everything and get everything done on time. Yes, it is a lot of work for me, don't get me wrong. I am out here constantly busting tail. But I'm keeping up with all my yards, and I am not spending the amount of money that I used to spend paying somebody. Now, I'm not saying this is going to stay this way. I'm just telling you this, you know, and why am I going solo for this period of time? I mean, gosh, ninjas, we're going into what, 3 months now? Like I said, I mean, 3 more months and it's half a year, right? Or, you know, 6 months. But I'm not doing it. Okay, I'm doing it to prove a point. No, not to you. I have nothing to prove to you, ninjas. You ninjas are just enjoying my content. It's to me. I want to prove it to myself that really, at the end of the day, I really don't need anybody. I mean, yes, it's going to be harder, but this is the kind of business that I signed up to get into. This is the kind of business that I have invested a lot of money to get into this and purchase the equipment that I have and things, you know, specialty equipment and good dependable mowers. That way I can knock out these yards and make a profit and make money and continue to, you know, make it easier on me. Now, is it going to stay this way? Of course not. I'll end up getting somebody, but you know, it's just, I can do this. It's my business. It's my responsibility. And as I have said it before in many videos, at the end of the day, you're the only one that matters for everything to your business and your customers. Employees don't matter to your customers, because they didn't hire your employees, right? I mean, come on, that makes sense. They hired you. And I've had employees in the past, a lot of you ninjas know, the loyal ones who've been around for a while. I've had employees who, you know, were solid employees, man. They've helped out, they were good, and then we just, you know, whether they parted ways for whatever reason doesn't really matter, but they were good. And I've had employees who were just, they acted like I couldn't do this without them. They acted like my business would fail if I fired them or if they quit. What are some of the key things that I've learned that are important when you go from employees to solo? And actually, I was just having a good conversation with Jazzy. He's in the same boat, believe it or not. He had a guy and he just ghosted him, man. Just ghosted him. And the problem with that is, you know, when you get a guy or two to help you out, and then you pick up all these accounts because you're like, yeah, I got the manpower, I can pick up all these accounts, and then they disappear or just quit or just become lazy or no respect for you to even communicate with you. They just disappear. So now what do you do? I mean, who wants to drop accounts? Who wants to lose money? But how do you go about it? How can you keep up? I mean, what if you picked up 20 extra accounts on top of, let's say, 40 to 60 that you already have? Just an example. How do you go about it? I mean, that's, you know, so I feel for Jazzy. I'm just saying. And look, I was in the same boat. I was in the same boat. A couple of years ago, ninjas, when you all were watching me, when I first got into this whole little YouTube shenanigan ordeal, I had 2-3 guys with me, and I had so many accounts and bigger commercial accounts that if those guys had quit on me right then and there, I would have been in a world of depot sheepo. Is that even a word? I actually ran 2 crews for about 1.5 years, way before YouTube. And boy, was that a headache. I think I shared it a little bit here and there in the past, but we're gonna probably dedicate one video just on that. I learned quickly that you can't depend on anybody in this business. I don't know why lawn care is viewed the way it is viewed. It's viewed as a transitional job, not an actual job. And I'm not saying everybody, but I'm talking majority. A transitional job means people look at lawn care like, oh, I'm just gonna do a little lawn care, you know, cut some grass until I really find a real job. What? But that's how people view it, unless you're an owner. It's bizarre, but it's true. I'm just telling you my experiences here, okay? Could be different with different people with different areas, but I'm telling you my experiences. People look at lawn care as a transitional. And there's a reason why a lot of people just choose to stay solo. It's a peace of mind, you know? Yes, I'll do all the work, but I'll do what I can, and I'm not gonna have to babysit anybody and stress if they're gonna show up today or not. And are they gonna show up in a good mood or not in a good mood? And I don't care how much you pay these people. You can pay them $500 a week, $1,000 a week, $2,000 a week. Yeah, you wanna pay them good, no doubt, but it's not about the money. It's up here. It's the generation that we're in this world, the type of people that we're surrounded with, right? People just don't want hard work. And I think the technology part has made it the technology stuff has made our life so much easier with everything that we do in our life, but it's also ruined us a lot to a degree, though. And not everything, like I said, it's helped us a lot too, but everybody has the power of fingertips right now, right? So, you know, and then we see all these successful people sharing their things on social media, and we're like, well, we want to be like that. And, you know, so we expect easy money to come to us by a push of a button. And that's the problem. Got a big lawn care company here. Well, I don't know how big they are, but I mean, it's a big truck. It's like one of those all-in-one trucks, and multiple people doing a bunch of houses across the street and all that. They're running a bunch of scabbers. A turfy was just coming through here and mowed all this. Good old scabbers, ninjas, putting in that work. Hey, the heat is finally arriving. We are looking at 86 degrees today, so close to 90. Just pulled up to this little guinea yard. There he is, blowing off. It's got that Echo 770, baby. Yep. Those are pretty good blowers. They're a lot lighter than the big boys. Anyway, and there's another guy over there. See, there's a scabber even now across the street over there in the corner. So they've got multiple properties over here. And there's that guy. I don't know how much you can see from here. He's doing some shrubbery work right there, cutting something. And she's a done, ninjas. She's a done. Almost like I never left the truck. Hey, I wanted to ask you, what do you ninjas think about those trucks? Kind of like what the Amigos here had. It's like an all-in-one ordeal. So my only issue with that is, I think it's awesome because you finally stop pulling a trailer because you're able to fit in tighter places. But the problem is, like, if that truck was to die in this neighborhood right now, something happened to it, you know, they're stuck. And they'll have to get it towed with all their equipment on there. I don't know. The only thing I like about pulling a trailer is if something was to happen, even if I have to call a tow truck or call a friend to come pick up my trailer, you know, I can, or if I have, let's say, a second truck, which I normally do, and I plan to in the future here pretty soon, you know, I can just go home or call someone to bring me that truck, hook the truck up to the trailer, let Tiny get towed, right? And keep moving. That's the only thing. But other than that, I really like those trucks. So what do you ninjas think? I was actually checking it out up close and kind of walking around. But I was going to talk to them and ask them their opinion, but they were really busy and I didn't want to bother them. All that grass from that deck. I am done. Just finished my last yard and it's getting dark. I'm hoping I'm gonna get a chance to upload this for you ninjas tonight, but if not, then it'll drop tomorrow. It just depends how fast the tube world does its thing. Sometimes it goes fast and sometimes it is really slow. But I had a good day. I got a lot done today, everything that I needed to. I honestly could have gotten one or two more, but I'll just have to push them into tomorrow. But it was overall a good day. To conclude the video, ninjas, because I didn't get a chance to record but that 1 yard. That's just how it has been here lately when you're solo. But now that I'm on that topic, solo and coming from having employees and now not having any employees, at the moment at least, what are some of the biggest differences for me? It goes back to the ultimate, what I have said before. Mindset. I'm being serious. It's not a joke. Like, you have to tell yourself it's only you. And it's not going to get done if you don't push yourself. You know, you can have anything you want in life, but nobody said it was going to be easy. It's not supposed to be easy. You know, you have to have force. You have to force yourself. You have to force yourself. So that's been like my number one, okay? You tell yourself, mindset, it's just me. And, you know, nobody else is going to do it. The other one, which this is whether you have employees or not, this is beneficial. I mean, route density is a big one too, of course, which I've been working on my route density for the last couple of years, slowly adjusting and changing and moving yards around, and it's a work in progress, okay? And it's harder, but you are profiting more, so that's something to always keep in the back of your mind. And if you ever get tired of it, and if you ever get depressed, tired, irritated, stressed out, right? Because that's easy to do, right? We all know that. Because so much work is coming your way and you're just a one person. What I do is I just remember why I started this business. Because I had a job of, I've had several jobs, you know, after college and after high school and after college, but I had one job that I stuck with for 8 years, and I didn't like it. I didn't want to do that for the rest of my life. I wanted to do something for myself and be my own boss, make decisions on my own of what I want to do. You know, if you are in that situation, just think about why you started, you know, and that should help you. But those are my things. Ninjas, I hope you had a good Wackagwenny Wednesday. Stay tuned. I have an update on the LA. Just stay tuned. All right. Thank you. Take care. Thanks for tuning in for another one. And we'll see you on the next one.
Saving green.
Peace.
Saving green.